What's up, Banter fam? We're here at Permissionless, the biggest DeFi conference in crypto. We're here at Palm Beach in Miami. We're at the conference, there's over 5,000 people here. The market may be down, but people are still building. Let's go inside. We're here at Permissionless, the biggest DeFi conference in crypto. There's so many amazing projects here at the moment. And I think the major difference between other conferences like the Bitcoin conference and a conference like this is that there's such a focus on DeFi. Like we're seeing DEXes, we're seeing many protocols across the crypto space actually showing up here. And it's really cool to find out what they're working on. So let's walk through the conference floor, have a look at the projects that are here, and let's check out what they're up to. So over here we have Nansen, their real-time crypto analytics and insights. We've got Unix Gaming, which is an official sponsor of the channel.
I am with Mirko, the CEO of Unix Gaming, and very excited to actually announce a brand new sponsor for the In the Game show with Unix Gaming. So I'm super excited to partner up and do some amazing collaborative content too. We'll be having roundtables with a lot of GameFi projects, but if people don't know what Unix is, can you give people a quick breakdown of what the project is and break down the ecosystem? Because it's very all-encompassing.
Yeah, I think we pretty nailed the whole aspects of gaming, and especially like from gaming, from playing games, tournaments, league, having partnerships with the game, developing, and this really like combined in an ecosystem. We have a native token, we have a launchpad, a marketplace, an app where you can really match with your favorite games, and many, many more. I mean, the partnerships are the most exciting, like now with Crypto Banter and Hustle in his show, so super happy about that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I love everything, the all-encompassing ecosystem. As I said, you'll have the launchpad, you'll have the guild mechanic, you'll be partnering up with studios, games, etc. So I absolutely love everything you'll have going on. And where do you see the space going? Obviously, y'all are a GameFi project. Do you see the space of NFT gaming getting to the level that people think it can adopt to, where the Fortnites and the Valorant, those players start shifting over to the blockchain because they can earn off their assets and their time? Like how deep of the adoption curve do you think this can go in this industry, and where do you see GameFi years down the line?
For me, definitely. I mean, we are in an infant state. We saw a few economies, they're exploding, but we shouldn't be too crazy on reinventing the wheel. Stick to a game what makes fun, and where you over time your time what you invest in the game will be rewarded.
Exactly.
Through NFTs, through a token, and you shouldn't be limited on energy, you shouldn't be mint or rewarded. It's like really the game what is, more the NFT aspect I think is super, super interesting, upgrading NFTs, level up NFTs, and maybe have item finding. This is kind of the strategy. I would personally build a game like that, but yeah, the mass adoption we will see free to play.
Yep.
And when we not try to squeeze the blockchain element on existing games or existing communities, we need and everybody in the space, and that's why we are so excited also about partnerships with you or with other games, because we are the pioneers, we are the role model of the space, so we need to educate the people, we need to give them the trust and confidence that either, and we saw many economies, and regardless the market, there's just like too many users taking as a salary.
Correct.
And it shouldn't be like that. Really, like if you grind hard, you will get rewarded. This should be the thing. And getting all these billions of Fortnite players spending over and over on their freaking skins, spend now, and this we need to convince that they basically now when they buy the skin, they have the true ownership.
Correct.
And they can sell it, they can put it in their gallery, in their wallet, or so on. So this is the future where I see, and we will end up like that. Now we talk about GameFi and gaming, and in 2-3 years, maybe it's just gaming.
Exactly.
And then you don't feel anything blockchain, yes, no, and this is the way.
I think that was an amazing answer, and I agree. We have to get away from invest X to earn Y and these inflationary metrics. That was an amazing answer. Mirko, thank you for joining me. I'm looking forward to the partnership and the content moving forward. I am with Kaz from Arcade, and Arcade is a super interesting platform, and I would almost call it a GameFi infrastructure platform that facilitates players, guilds, and more. So for people who don't know what Arcade is, can you give people like a quick rundown of what is Arcade?
Yeah, sure. So I think you had like a pretty good start. Arcade is basically a GameFi infrastructure, and what we aim to do is we aim to make gaming assets available for individual players, gaming guilds, and just even esports groups alike. And for others who aren't actual gamers, we aim to give them an exposure to the play and earn and GameFi ecosystem through a mechanism we call mission pools, which is similar to what you would be using in like traditional DeFi protocols, except it's not really DeFi. We're tying these pools directly to the earnings associated with the different assets we hold, and we make them available for different players. So that's kind of like a quick explanation of what we do.
Yeah, and to sort of break it down, if you don't have the capital to get into Star Atlas, but you want to participate in the Star Atlas economy, Arcade lowers the barrier of entry to get into that with their mission pools, and also takes the risk down because we've seen the play-to-earn volatility. And speaking on the volatility of play-to-earn, where do you see this space going in the future? Like, do you think GameFi will be sustainable? Do you think NFT gaming will creep into the mainstream? What's your thoughts on the future of GameFi?
Yeah, I definitely think it's sustainable, and I definitely think we're actually not there yet, because right now it's everything. A lot of the games that people are spending time on, it's because we appreciate the concept of what this can be, but the technology, the real cool stuff is actually being built right now. Yeah. It's not out yet, and that's what Arcade aims to do. Is we try to do very, very thorough due diligence with different various projects, and we're taking positions in them. So like right now, what we see is it's more like DeFi with pictures instead of gaming. It's gaming per se, but I'm looking forward to 3 years ahead, when a lot of the games that we're talking to right now that have been building in the backgrounds, they're going to be ready to ship. And it's a bit of a lengthy process, but you have to wait for the gold. You're not going to get it overnight.
I agree completely, and you have to look at it as a brand new adoption curve. Gaming's fully adopted at this point. We're at free-to-play games, Fortnite, Valorant, Warzone, and we're just not there yet. And as you said, it's basically stake and earn. It's not play and earn right now. You just have a game and you click a button and it stakes or it battles on its own. So I completely agree. Man, thank you for joining me. I'm looking forward to the Arcade platform.
We also have the official show sponsor 1inch, who are over here, who are one of the best DEXes in crypto. You'll get some of the cheapest rates across the entire DeFi space on 1inch, so that's awesome that they're showing out, and they're actually taking up quite a lot of space right now. They've got a booth here with food, cupcakes, they've got another area here with pinball machines, arcade machines, so some of these projects are going all out at the moment to put on a show. So we've got some cool projects, some really unique and innovative projects that are here right now, like Fireblocks, who are DeFi safety infrastructure, and they're they're a protocol that actually facilitates a lot of other DeFi applications. Even Donkey Finance is built on top of Fireblocks' infrastructure, so they're a really crucial part of DeFi, and they're also showing out at the moment. Now, one thing you won't see at other crypto conferences is specific projects, specific chains actually showing out. So we've got Algorand here, we've got Moonbeam down there, we've got Osmosis. Many of these major chains are at the conference at the moment. And we've even got MetaMask taking up a massive booth. And MetaMask is obviously the biggest wallet in crypto, which has a lot of users. So it's awesome to see that they're here as well. Now Ledger actually came out with their new product today. So it's launching today, and there's been a lot of people actually coming in to purchase a Ledger, and it's one of the more impressive booths that I've seen at the conference so far. They've got displays of a lot of their products. They've got a cool little screen here, and Ledger is doing a great job to provide that security in crypto that I think is so needed. I'm at the Osmosis booth at Permissionless. What's your name?
Michael.
Nice to speak to you, Michael. So could you just explain, what does Osmosis actually do?
Osmosis is a DEX built on the Cosmos SDK. It's an IBC-enabled DEX, so it's cross-chain compatible. So users could send assets from one blockchain onto Osmosis and LP their native tokens on the Osmosis chain.
So obviously over the last week we've had a lot of people losing money on Luna and UST. How's that affected you guys as a business?
We did see some liquidity get drained out from the UST Terra downfall. We're trying to recover from that and bring on some other stables like USDC and DAI and try to capture some of that liquidity instead and try to separate ourselves and move on
So
from there.
for the average user, what sets you guys apart from other DEXes, other AMMs in DeFi?
The fact that we are on our own blockchain, we are highly flexible and customizable to adapt to what the crypto space. One of the key features is super fluid staking, which is the ability to put your Osmo token in an LP pool, earn your liquidity mining rewards, but also stake your Osmo and get additional staking rewards. So it adds more TLV on our pools, but it also has more assets securing the network when they are super fluid staked.
Awesome. And what are you guys looking to do in the future? What upgrades have you got coming up? What are you looking to kind of pivot towards?
The next big change after the bridge that we just launched, which I could talk about in a second, is the lending platform. So users will be able to deposit or borrow assets and give more utility to the Cosmo tokens.
Awesome. Nice to speak to you. Thank you very much. And I'm noticing a real trend coming out from a lot of these DeFi projects. And that trend is that a lot of people are migrating towards Ethereum. So we're seeing a lot of the altcoins lose a bit of favor as investors go for this risk-off approach. So obviously that means a lot of DeFi participants now want to get more involved with Ethereum staking. So interestingly, a lot of these DeFi protocols are now pivoting. They want to offer Ethereum incentives in order to get Ethereum users over to their platforms. For example, I just talked to Osmosis before, and what they're doing is they're incentivizing their Ethereum pools because they're noticing this trend take place, and they want to offer new strategies and new ways for Ethereum holders and participants to come into the ecosystem. So it's an interesting trend going forward, and could we potentially see some amazing yields on Ethereum across DeFi over the next few months as a lot of these protocols incentivize it? So if that's the case, then it only makes holding Ethereum a better play, especially in a bearish market where you can actually continue to earn some yield. So that's a really interesting trend I'm noticing from the conference. I'm here at Moonbeam in the Moonbeam booth at Permissionless. What's your name?
Kathy, I'm the head of community at Moonbeam.
Awesome. Kathy, could you tell me a little bit about what Moonbeam is and what you're doing?
Sure, so Moonbeam is an Ethereum-compatible parachain in Polkadot. What we do is pretty much like simplify the process for Ethereum-based projects to come to Polkadot without reinventing the wheel. So they pretty much can use like same Ethereum tooling, but also get the best of both worlds and access the interoperability of Polkadot.
Awesome. I've had some experience on Moonbeam. I think it's a very good chain. It's fast. I like the dot integration. What's coming in the future? What can users of Moonbeam look forward to in the future?
So something that we are working very hard on is on interoperability. So pretty much like right now, users can deposit their dots into the Moonbeam and use like DeFi integrations. There are also connections between, for example, Moonbeam and other parachains. We made the first channel, the XEM channel with Akala. That was like the first ever communication between like parachains happening in Polkadot. More of this is going to continue coming. So what do it mean? That like Moonbeam token holders, Moonbeam users are going to be able to use more integrations in the ecosystem, but at the same time, like dot holders are going to be able to utilize, more integrations. Based on that, we also have like oracles coming, which is going to allow more like DeFi protocols to deploy the Moonbeam. So this is just the beginning. The activity is going to come, more integration are going to come. The whole Moonbeam ecosystem already has like over 150 live projects, So like we are like we have been in the market only for 5 months, So like we expect the ecosystem to continue to grow, the user adoption, and yeah, we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, so basically, if you guys don't know what Moonbeam is, if you want another explanation, it's basically, it's the biggest L1 underneath Polkadot. It's an EVM compatible layer 1 chain. What do you think of Moonriver? That's kind of like your sister chain that's built upon Kusama. What are your thoughts on Moonriver?
So I love Moonriver. Like Moonriver is gonna always have the latest tech upgrades. So all this interoperability that is happening in like Polkadot and Moonbeam was first tested in Moonriver, because I'm expect chaos. So we learned so much from that interaction, like connecting with other parachains. For example, Chainlink is already live in Moonriver, so that means like DeFi protocols are already live in Moonriver as well. So all the activity that you see coming from Moonriver and these integrations happens first there, where like we tested, we like make sure that like it's working fine, and then when we like it's 100% tested, it goes and gets shipped into Moonbeam. So like it's also interesting to see how like Moonriver as a network is growingly independently. It's getting their own like ecosystem, its own community pretty much. So like they both are related, yes, but they are also independent in some way. That like we have the Moonbeams in one side, and like we have like the Moonbeam users in the other side, and also integrations that like some of them want to just stay in one network. So for example, they're like, oh, I love the NFT activity in Moonriver, I just want to stay there. So we're seeing like very different use cases in both networks, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I love the ecosystem overall. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm here with Pat. He's a fan of Crypto Banter, but he's also a trader. How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Man, I'm really enjoying it. It's my first crypto conference, and there's been a lot of good talks, a lot of good people. I mean, I really came here to network, and it was been awesome. I ran into you, so ran into Paola also, and yeah, I'm liking it. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really highlighting what's happening in DeFi at the moment, what's kind of evolving in the space. What's been your biggest takeaway over the last couple of days?
Yeah, honestly, one of the biggest takeaways is how open and nice everyone is. Okay, I've never really met crypto people. I've always been very siloed in my crypto activities, and all I get to see of crypto people is what I see on Crypto Banter, or what I see on YouTube, or what I see on Twitter, right? But I've never met the community, right? And so that's been the biggest eye-opener. I'm like, these are the people that I'm in this community, these are the people that I'm in this together with, so to speak, right?
I think that's really important as well. I think in crypto it's so easy to forget behind a screen that there's actual people building these protocols, actual people in the space. So I think it's really important to connect and step back and focus on what matters, and that's community and interaction with people.